for 30 years now, the Republicans, part of their orthodoxy is that taxes, especially on upper income people, are always bad for the economy. I don't know that it can be resolved until there's some break in the action.
Do they have any point to make in terms of taxes could harm this very fragile recovery?
Sure, today. What I'd like to see them do is agree on the outlines of a 10-year plan and then agree not to start either the revenue hikes or the spending cuts until we've got this recovery underway.
CGI America is focused on job creation here. What ideas are you hearing here at this conference that President Obama and Speaker Boehner need to hear?
I think that there's a feeling here that we need a public-private partnership different from what anybody's quite proposed to do that we ought to really make a serious effort to get back in the game to compete with China and Germany and others in the clean energy area, and what to do about the so-called skills gaps. That is, there are more than 3 million posted job openings today. Those jobs are being filled at only half the pace they were filled in previous recession.
At the same time, unemployment is 9%.
You got it. So just think about it. If we had 3 million more people working, unemployment would be more than 2 points lower than it is. And America would be in a very different place psychologically.
Why should an American going to the voting booth next year, next November, pull the lever for President Obama if he is not better off and the country is not better off than they were 4 years before?
Well, first of all, I think by Election Day it will be better than it is now.
It still will likely be over 8%, though.
That's correct. But I would say the circumstances are different. When President Obama took office, we were in the midst of avoiding having a financial collapse turn into a depression. The so-called stimulus bill actually outperformed expectations, not underperformed, but it wasn't big enough to lift this whole economy out of the hole it was in. The auto restructuring is working. I also think when he gets an opponent, people will be able to compare what the opponent is promising to what he is. I'll be surprised if he's not reelected. I've always thought he would be.
Put on your pundit hat for 1 second. How do you see it shaping up?
No, I don't think I'm well informed enough to make a judgment about that.
I do not believe that.
You know, the ones I like are the ones that you think are more moderate, because I think they're a little more connected to the real world, and I think they'd be formidable. I think. But I'm afraid if I say anything nice about them, they'll lose for sure.
Jon Huntsman?
I think he's quite an impressive man. He's refreshingly kind of unhidebound, comes across as non-ideological, conservative, but non-ideological and practical. Governor Romney's doing a better job as a candidate this time than he did 4 years ago. Comes across as more relaxed and more convicted about what he did do, less willing to just be forced into apologizing for it. I'm not surprised by how well Michelle Bachmann's done. I've been watching her speak. She comes across as a real person. All those foster children she's taken in, and children she's raised, and the work she's done.
There was one topic the former president was reluctant to discuss: his eagerness to be a grandfather.
The less I say about it, the better.
Don't want to jinx it?
I don't want to jinx it, and I don't want to interfere with it. I just one day hope I get to be a crotchety old grandfather and have a lot of fun on the floor playing with kids, but that's not up to me.